good day to you all from Egypt. Thank you, Dr. Yang, and your team for kind invitation in the Geodiversity. Today, I would like to share with you today some of the most beautiful geodiversity we have it here in Egypt under the title Geodiversity and the Geotourism of Egypt, Siwa as an inspiring geopark. Here we can see in Egypt we have a lot of geodiversity varied between the mineralogical, paleontological structure and tectonic diversity, geomorphological and pedological diversity. Of course, from this we understand how to appreciate our earth and our land. So we have a protected area differ between national parks, biosphere reserve, reserved protectorates, and the community reserves. And for that, we go through the IUCN Red List of threatened species that suffer from the effect of the human activities and the climate change. From that, we can see the map and showing it to us that we have different kind of colors showing us this red signs the most places that suffer from dangerous of the impact of the human activity and climate change. We understand from this that the diversity of our nature is varied between biosphere and geosphere, and these two items connecting together to give us the geodiversity ecosystem landscapes. And we can see here from this geological time scale that Egypt is a very rich country in its geological history and also in geological time scale, because we can see in this map that Egypt is varied in its culture and its geodiversity between the river Nile and the deserts that is forming a lot of Egypt land. We have the Western Desert and the Eastern Desert beside the Sinai Desert. We are surrounded by the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. And from this map, we can see that mainly limestone representative in Egypt, and we have an age of Paleogene. We are ranging in ages, as I said, from Precambrian to Quaternary, and we can see also that the igneous and metamorphic rocks is found in the border of the Red Sea. And for us also we can see that mainly sandstone of upper Cretaceous age found in the Mesozoic representative in the Western Desert, the source for the paleontological heritage, especially for the Egyptian dinosaurs from 1906. We can see here the Egyptian protectorate area is varied and found all over Egyptian land, and it's about 30 protectorated area. This is the name of it and how a declaration on 1983. This is the oldest one, and we can see the importance of the most important of them is here Siwa Oasis and White Desert, Santa Catherine and Alaki protected area. From this map, we can see because of Egypt as a mostly culture of deserts, so we have reptiles, gazelle, crocodile, and foxes. This is connecting to the culture of desert, and also representative Egypt is a very important stop for the migration of the birds from the north to the south and vice versa. Here we can see the most diversified area for the geodiversity is Santa Catherine protected area. We can see that people living between these mountains and enjoy their lives, as we are going to see. It's a World Heritage Area based on the cultural value of the monastery and its setting in the rugged landscapes that inspired the early anchors, including Mountain of Sinai and Mountain of Santa Catherine. And this is an important mountain because it's the highest point in the area, and also giving us a very beautiful landscape to see the sunrise and sunset of the sun. We can see how the geomorphological process affect on the area, giving us a large scale and minor scale of geomorphology and geological process. and understand from this that the area is passed through a long geological history and giving us much more to say about it. This is the highest point of the area, and the mountain is showing is important, religious, and in the same time it's a very lovely landscape because it's showing it to us the sunrise and the sunset. The biodiversity of the area is ranging between camels, birds, reptiles, hyracoids, and in the same time it gives us the opportunity to enjoy the ecotourism and geotourism of it. We can see the beautiful children's plays using their surrounded with the beautiful geodiversity and enjoying it, mixing with it, performing their culture with it. And here we can see the houses and monastery of the people are living. Also we can see here this is a complete view for the monastery and the activities that have been built upon the existence of the ministry and the mountains around it, representative for the ecotourism and geotourism activities. We can say this is a sheikh or the leader of some tribes in in the area, and we have also the beautiful face of a children there. We can enjoy the Santa Catherine with its culture and intangible and tangible heritage. The second point, our area we are speaking about its beautiful geodiversity is the natural white desert protected area. It's a beautiful place. You can enjoy the white everywhere, and you can imagine when you close your eyes that you are under the oceans, and all of this area was covered with the water. And the whales, Dordon Basilosaurus was sharks was moving around you, and when the Jesus or the Mediterranean Sea return back and retry regression, its border, you this is have been uncovered, and we can see the paleontological vertebrate paleontological fossils have been discovered, and more are going to be discovered in this area. So with the geomorphological process and the paleontological process, we have a lot of geodiversity in the area. You can enjoy it, and the geomorphological process created to us and left to us this shape, showing us the wind erosion, which created a lot of shapes and geomorphological shapes. Besides that, we can see this little fox who is living there, and it's representative for the biodiversity in this area. The geotourism and ecotourism safari is a kind of tourism that you are seeing a lot on this, a lot of it in the area. Then the third place we are going to visit to see our geodiversity, it's a Katrani area. Katrani area is considered the most important sites all over the world for the Paleogene and for giving us a hint about the paleontological importance of this paleontological importance of the mammals evolution. In all over the world we have about 28 orders of mammals, but here in Egypt we have at least 14 orders, and this 14 order representative the evolution and the existence of most of the orders of mammals, and sometimes it represents the only existence of this order here in Egypt. In Gabal Katrani, this is considered that the old forest, and we can imagine with us that is the water was covered the area, the rivers, not one river, and this rivers was coming from the mountain of the Red Sea and covered this area, make it like the forest of Jabal Katrani is famous for its wonderful continent of paleontological fossils. We have about 14 orders in this area have been recorded from about 28 orders all over the world. So you can imagine how the area was so much rich in its paleontological, besides the geodiversity on the area we are going to see. Also here, this is the Wadi Rayyan or Shalalat Rayyan. It's Warayan waterfalls, and its source is coming from inside inside the underground, not on the surface, and you only can see it from here. It's a beautiful view. It's coming from high to low land, and this is the old paved route surrounding with mountains and geomorphological. Near to that we can see the Wadi El Hitan. Wadi El Hitan is the Whale Valley was the oldest place record. Here we can see in Egypt for the existence of the whales, and from this area the water was covering, and it's like it look like a pay for the whales that was coming to eat and to production and giving her babies. And from that we can see the lot of skeletons. It's about over 400 skeletons. It's been declared by UNESCO as a natural protected, and for that it's a heritage, it's important. Near to that we can see this is a watermelon. It's not a watermelon of course, but in a geomorphological effect on the rock and the wind origin created to us this shape of watermelon valley. Well, this is how we call it here, and this is famous because it's existed in all over the sand surrounding the part of Katrani area. And here we can see the Widan El Faras basalt. It's an area that showing to us the effect of the geohazard of volcanic, and this volcanic left to us the basalt pieces, and from here we can see the impact of the geomorphology and also the wind region. So from this we can see this is the map of the area showing it to us how this area is very important. Me, while I'm working on the Katrani area, discovered a new species all over it, and the different quarries showing it to us. We have over 100 quarry representative for this area, and it's very important, as I mentioned, for its Paleogene history and Paleogene time. This is some of the fossils that have been discovered. This is Arsinocerums that have been discovered first time all over the world in Egypt, and then have been discovered after several years in other places like Oman, Turkey, and we can see the sea cows, whales of Durden, and Basilosaurus that was thought in the beginning it's a part of dinosaurs, but after studies it have been recorded as a whale. This is showing it to us Sawaki. It's a kind of wheel that used for producing the water, and this is built between the rocks, and here we can see the basalt root and how all of this representative to us the geodiversity. The king of this slide is the Egyptopithecus zeuxis, which representative the link between the higher primate and the lower primate, and from that it's found in Katrani area. It's showing to us that the paleontology showing us to the importance of this area from the paleontological sites. Here we can see the biodiversity of the area from little white egret, Dorcas gazelle, Nile perch, Barbary falcon, and the reptiles, mongoose. The fourth place, it's its location of the inspiring geopark site, and we can see from here that Siwa Oasis is one of the area richest distinguished tourist attraction, including monumentous tourism and also geological tourism. We can see this is the Jabal Al Hamra desert sand dunes, Jabal Dakrur, and here in Jabal Dakrur, as near to it, we can find the Jabal El Mountain, means it's the mountain of the dead. It's already a mountain, and they have been carved to bury the dead people inside it, and from that has the name. This is the Sabha Siwa Lake Maraki area. It's very famous for its salt because it's the lowest point in the area. It's about 18 meters below the sea level, and from this you can enjoy swimming in these lakes without fearing of drowning. And here we have about 32 kilometers of the Siwa lake. We have Birket Siwa, and this is Admiral Alali or Jabal Dakrur surrounding here. Even if while you are walking, taking your route to the Siwa, you are enjoying the view of the geodiversity, and you can see the mountains and also the Marmarika plateau that covered most of the road map while you are walking. This is some kind of the freshwater lakes inside the oasis, and here we can enjoy the view of the landscape, especially in fatness. This is the formation of the salt, and you can see also me trying to discover some existence of paleontological, and I was so lucky to discover more about the oldest human feet activities in the area. Also, we can see this is representative for the crocodiles, turtle shell, pony fish, and sharks and rays, coprolites, ichnofossils of invertebrates and vertebrates. It's a wonderful paradise. You can see geodiversity in every inch of it all over Siwa and also all over Egypt. We can also see this forests of Shali, which built on the mountains and are surrounding it to support the people on the oldest time from the people who invaded the area. But in the same time, you can enjoy the view of it to see the old sea oasis. Also, we can see here different mountains and different hills. Also, besides this, we have a lot of springs. It's a natural spring, and famous of it is Pier Wahid. It means pier number one, and it's Cleopatra Springs. The people are enjoying the view here, and we are going to see this through the geotourism activities. This is the Fatness Island. It's very beautiful place to watch the different colors when the sun get sunset or sunrise. You enjoy the colors, and for photographers here the Amun temple, and also we can enjoy the places with its wonderful place, temple of Oracle, and this is the mountain of the dead. You can see this is the places that have been in the oldest time the people being buried. A mosque of Ogorami, and it's built from the kerchief. It's part of the environmental of the area. It's a salt mud, and we can enjoy the biodiversity. It's a part of the desert, of course, so we are going to enjoy the reptiles, gazelle and foxes, different kind of birds. From this we can see we have a natural Siwa oasis heritage, and it's divided into four important area. It's western part, eastern part, and we can see the importance of this and geodiversity of it. Also in the Al Arag and the Sotra, we can enjoy the view and the beautiful geodiversity. Siwa is very famous for its palm and olive trees, and we can see here the different kind. We have about over 580 fidden for the palm trees, and it's about 60,000 or something like trees, 60,000 trees of palm, and with different beautiful tasty date that giving us the opportunity to enjoy it in different dishes. So we are going to speak about the Jewish food, and here this is the houses, and it's built from the mud brick of Kharkiv. It's a salty mud, and the geotourism, ecotourism of the area. So we are saying that geodiversity is the roadmap for geotourism and ecotourism, and will help us here in Egypt. Also, it will help us Africa, to get rid of this poverty, age, hunger, corruption, debate, and supporting with each other and cooperating will give us the opportunity to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs), the 17 goals. So from this, we can understand the importance of national park, wilderness area, and their role to helping mitigating and adapting to the climate change, and recognize how we can support and face what we are going to see from the impacts of climate change. This is an activities. This is the activities of in Siwa. Some of them, of course, showing it to us that they are applying the ecology. Environmental methods, environmental ecosystem, and they are enjoying to protect their land through this. And this is activities of handcraft, reflecting the geodiversity. They are not separating from their land or their environment. They are enjoying every part of it. This is a lamp. They are build making it from the salt, and this is some kind of soup they making from the olive and the mud. Also, you are enjoying the environmental methods of traveling across the sea washes, and you can enjoy the sandy dunes. Every place of Siwa you are seeing part of beautiful, normal, natural, and here we can enjoy the kind of tourism. It's a medical tourism. They are buried in the sand of the Jabal Dakrur, and it's very famous to get rid of different kind of diseases related to the bones and to the skin, and it's recorded all over the world. It's very important. A lot of thousand people coming all over the world to come to get healed here under the supervision of doctors and the medical system. Also, this is some kind of hotels applying the ecosystem. It's showing to us they are depending on the candles, and they are enjoying the beautiful view of the geodiversity, landscapes, lakes, mountains. Here we can see this is a museum of the C1 traditional, and this is some kind of the traditional that reflecting is how they are communicating with the earth and enjoying the geodiversity. Also, how they the geodiversity affect on their way of talking, is dressing, enjoying celebration. Even when they are celebrating, this is some kind of jewelry, and you can see this is the traditional clothes. And from that, this is the salt that they are making from it, the lamps and other traditional girl, but it's not a sion. This is dressing for a photographer. This is the kind of geo food, and this is related to the biodiversity of the dates. And the zarda, it's some kind of tea, but it is cooking in a different way. And this is a celebration. They are connecting together and coming to celebrate together in a festival under the mountain of Jabal Dakrur with their tribes leaders, and eating from the same food, all of them, no different. And here we can see some kind of hotels related to the nature. From that, we can see that the geodiversity is not an obstacle against the developing. It's a part of our life. It's some factors that support the ecotourism and ecotourism, and giving us how the climate change impacts on our life, and how we can achieve an economic level from the geotourism and ecotourism activities. And education and research, of course, is done there and all over the Egypt, of course, and showing to us this is all over Egypt. It's a place worth visiting, every inch of Egypt, not only the monuments. So we are in the end. I encourage Siwa as a first aspiring geopark. So I am saying to you, Siwa is looking forward towards the future. Siwa is as a geopark, and Egypt is looking forward to meet you all, and you come invite you from here to visit Egypt and enjoy every inch of it. And thank you so much for your time and for your attention.